Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. It's a green morning, green afternoon, and green evening. We hope you all are taking care of your health, your wellness, your family, your neighbors, your community, your country, your civilization, and humanity as a whole. That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Ladies and gentlemen, today on Thursday, 1st of December 2022, 8 p.m. when we all are meeting together, today's topic is, are we meeting really or are we meeting virtually? Is it a real intelligence or is it artificial intelligence? Does artificial intelligence play a very important role in today's life? It's going to take care of different sectors like healthcare, agriculture, education, gaming, defense services, robotics, transportation, cybersecurity, e-commerce, finance, and all other sectors when we talk about. Does AI play a very important role in our life? Yes. AI is today and AI is tomorrow. And every time we say education is the foundation, is the base of the pyramid on which you build the structure and the superstructure of the humanity. And when we look at that, it's very important for us to understand which way the education can be empowered. And our challenge is in India, we have huge population, we need quantity and we need quality. At the same time, how the benefit of the education should reach the last person, the last mile, the last picket, and the last source of the humanity. Every child across the country, how do they get seamless connectivity and how do they get desirable, needful, futuristic, artificial intelligence and future of education? So hearty welcome to all of you. Today is 1740th webinar, and we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Like most of the days, Julie Subba ma'am is the first to join from the Northeast India. I think the Honorable Prime Minister has given the right, the impetus and the push to the Northeast. From the Look East policy, we have come to Act East policy. And Julie Subba ma'am is the real example of that, because it is action, action, and action. Every evening, nowadays, she's the first person to join for these programs and these webinars. Hearty welcome to the lady. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about today artificial intelligence. Most of the teachers, quite some time, they are worried, will we remain relevant? Will we be replaced? Are we becoming obsolete? Would it be an obsolescent? And how the things are going to shape in the future, how there would be a survival of the teacher, and how the people would take care of. So today is something very interesting, which I'm going to share with all of you. This young boy, which you see right over here, I'm proud of him because every morning when I accompany my grandchild to his school, it takes about 20 minutes en route to drop him. And I enjoy, his company early in the morning, because en route, he doesn't look left, right. He doesn't become lethargic. He's so active because he catch hold of my mobile phone. Onto that, he opens the Duolingo and he starts working where he learns French language at his own pace, through his own process, and something called personalized learning. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's artificial intelligence power, and that is the future of education. We got to give pace, and we got to give space, and we got to appreciate the younger generation. They can do wonders on this planet, given the right opportunity at the right place, at the right time, in the right quantity, in the right packaging, they would enjoy. And our efforts every day is how to make education rewarding, stimulating, happiness, joyful. Let's move ahead. International Chamber for Service Industry extends a very warm welcome to all of you today. There are more than 32 million brothers and sisters across the globe, and they're doing wonderful, wonderful. They're bringing proud to us. And besides that, they also bring a lot of research, innovation, collaboration, strategies, innovations, policy frameworks, and they help us in the entire ecosystem of the humanity. Besides that, they also contribute towards FDI, foreign direct investment of India. So hearty welcome to Julie Subba ma'am, Anand Mukherjee, Lakyajit Gohin, Claudia, Rosie, Kim Kepken, Deepa Hazarika, and all other dignitaries, those are joining us today on this particular program. So ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed further. You know, nowadays everybody says that data is the new oil. Data, that means information. Data is the new oil. Artificial intelligence is the new electricity. And Internet of Things is the new nervous system. That's a beautiful definition which somebody has given. The data is the new oil. Artificial intelligence is the new electricity. And the Internet of Things, what we call IoT, is the new nervous system. Let's proceed and let's move ahead and let's enjoy what exactly is artificial intelligence in education ecosystem. मैं प्रयास करूंगा, एफर्ट्स करूंगा कि सिंपलेस्ट वे में हर एक को समझ आ जाए कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्या है, क्यों है, इसका क्या फायदा है, इसको क्यों यूज करें हम, इसको क्यों अपने साथ लें. सो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, एज वी ऑल नो, it's the ability of any machine to perform some of the functions like thinking, perceiving, learning, problem solving, decision making. थोड़ा और आगे चलते हैं. Most important learning of the artificial intelligence, when we talk in our education ecosystem, it's very important over here. Most important for students is to learn that the way a child learns any knowledge machine can also learn in the same manner. जैसे बच्चे सीखते हैं, वैसे मशीन भी सीखती है. And teachers, you must revisit how one learned. What is the process of cognition? Breaking down information into smaller contents and using the data to make decisions. These are all part of entire artificial intelligence ecosystem. Now, artificial intelligence, it feeds on data, and students or teachers and have to be aware of worth of data, how to access and how to categorize the large data. At the same time, it can use or misuse outcomes of the data analysis. So we got to be very, very, intelligently and innovatively, we have to handle the data. Ethics to be discussed while teaching artificial intelligence. That is something very important which everybody has to pick up. Now, how artificial intelligence in our education landscape can help. Let's see some of its applications. When we say natural language processing, machine learning, machine have the vision, machine have the speech, expert systems, planning, robotics, all that we take into consideration. Let's take all these 7 of them one by one. When we talk about natural language processing, that means the content extraction, classification, machine translation, question answering, and text generation. When we talk about machine learning, we generally say deep learning. It can be supervised. It may be unsupervised also. It all depends. Now, machines have vision, image, face recognition. With machines having vision, people can be tracked. Like, I do not want to name the country, how they are tracking their people and how whatsoever equipment they have installed of theirs in African continent, they can spot everybody any point of time wherever they are. Now, machines have speech. It could be speech to text or text to speech. When you talk about expert systems that can project, if desired, the outcomes is prescribed, then it can be biased. Planning, comparing and accessing best outcomes which are available. Robotics, all the above can be put to use in robotics. So that is your artificial intelligence in education. There's a wonderful book I've gone through, Future Education, the definitive guide on how artificial intelligence will transform the learning and the teaching process forever. It is by Addison Williams. If you get an opportunity, please put your hands on. Application of the artificial intelligence in education ecosystem, when we talk about, we think about virtual facilitator, smart content, automated grader, and data accumulation. At the same time, chat campus, adaptive learning, proctoring, chat box, or personalized learning, which is very important. The pace of learning is yours. The process of learning is yours, and it is a personalized learning your own way, whatever you enjoy. Now, this has got a great future. Due to its learning benefits, artificial intelligence for the education industry, it will reach a market share of approximately 267 billion US dollar equivalent by 2027. That is the power of the artificial intelligence for future. Let's think about how to adapt the existing models for artificial intelligence maturity, particularly in the education sector. Let's see the first segment, approaching and understanding, then experimenting and exploring, then thereafter it comes in operation, then it is embedded into the system, and then there is a transformational in the entire society and our ecosystem. So these are the different, stages which takes us to the artificial intelligence maturity in the education system. That's what we have to pick up and we have to learn. Now, let me also convey over here my gratitudes and thanks to some more members, those have joined over here. We have been joined by Manisha Chaturvedi on the YouTube. Thank you. Jobalakshmi, thank you very much. Shivam Ria, thank you. Ishita Shukla, thank you. Esvosa Imphal, thank you. BBA Foundation, thank you. Ajay Kundalji, thank you. Prachi Kalita, thank you. Nancy Sangma, Anjan Kumar Bora, Vidhi Jaiswal ma'am, and Rishi Mohan, and Laishram Damini, and Nan Lai, and all other dignitaries, those are there with us on the YouTube, live on ICSI India. We extend them a very warm welcome. Today's topic is very important and very meaningful for everybody, irrespective who you are. It's meaningful in education ecosystem, but at the same time, it has got its tributary in almost all elements of our life. Now, building an artificial intelligence ecosystem, let's see in the vertical 3 areas. Number 1, community value, organizations, and individuals. When we talk about community value, that means the workforce development, business, social innovation, economic growth, or policy leadership. All that is the community value system, what we talk about. Let's talk about organizations, non-profit organization, government organization, corporations, and our education ecosystem. When we think about individuals, that could be students, that could be a faculty member, that could be pre-college, post-college, non-academic, academic, whatever you want to take on, it's basically meaningful and useful to everybody. Now, if you start from the base of the pyramid, one is the literacy. That means you are basically acquiring knowledge, information, whatever is there, you're becoming literate. Thereafter, we move to skills. That means you are acquiring a particular skill about what you're passionate about. From there, you move on to competency. That is something very important. From skill, you move to competency, and thereafter you enter the large ecosystem of the entire, where we have to build the artificial intelligence ecosystem. Now, in the e-learning ecosystem, you have the student, you have the teacher, you have the developers, those are developing those e-learning ecosystem and platforms, and then there is marketers, all that you take together. Now, let's take some more applications of the artificial intelligence in education. Now, proctoring, personalized learning, data accumulation, smart content, virtual facilitator, automated grader, chat campus, adaptive learning, and chatbot could also be taken in the category of applications of artificial intelligence in education. Now, as I was telling you initially, and I'm pretty sure you must have picked up, जब मैं अपने ग्रैंड चाइल्ड को सुबह छोड़ने जाता हूँ स्कूल, तो 20 मिनट के रास्ते में he takes my मोबाइल पे Duolingo खोलता है, और Duolingo खोलने के बाद he goes through 3 to 4 lessons of the French language at his own pace. In a pace of learning is his. The process of learning is his, and it becomes a personalized learning for him. By the time we reach his school, he has already done 3 to 4 lessons of the French language. That is the power of today, what you talk about. Because दो चीजें बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट हैं जो हमको समझना पड़ेगा. एक 5G जो इंटरनेट कनेक्शन है, और दूसरा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. We have to appreciate both of them because they are mind blowing. And 5G के बाद फिर 6GB आएगा, 7GB आएगा. But look at the pace at which the technology is moving at a supersonic speed. Now, what could be the characteristics of the effective learning for any particular child? When you talk about active learning, तो उसके अंदर क्या-क्या चीज है? I can be involved and concentrate. I enjoy achieving what I set out to do. There are a number of parameters. I can keep trying, and there's a motivational factor, and number of areas are there. Active learning is very important. There are more than 100 startups using artificial intelligence to transform various industries. You name the industry, and everywhere you have the artificial intelligence. So some of the companies we have listed over here, in your own time, you can go through this. I am not spending too much of time over here because there's a lot to be shared. Now, artificial intelligence in the Indian education system, when we talk about what is the state of the art and what are the future prospects, let's look at it, the view of the artificial intelligence from education technology firms in India. There could be 3 verticals: personalized learning, recommendation system, and adaptive assessment, right? Untapped potential of artificial intelligence when we want to look into natural language processing, emotional recognition, computer vision, artificial intelligence-based assessment, and predictive analytics. That you have to take into consideration. Thereafter, when we were talking about the personalized learning, it's very important you have to understand over here the conversational system that we have to take. And when we look at recommendation system or adaptive assessment, so supervised machine learning and data science is once again very important. So view of the artificial intelligence from subject matter experts. Artificial intelligence in the Indian education ecosystem, state of the art and the future prospects, we have to understand in detail very well. Now, when we look at artificial intelligence and various opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, this particular canvas, you basically take it from a policy making point of view. When you're formulating the policy in the country, when you're developing anything of that kind, you have to take into consideration and you have to understand how the artificial intelligence works. It creates perspectives, understanding language at its nuances, then learns from experience, and thereafter uses the learning to reason, solves complex problems. It recognizes images. Artificial intelligence system is future, and at the same time, anybody who devotes time on this, because artificial intelligence is currently on the crest of its 3rd wave, and given the immense interest in this field, it can be expected to continue at this stage for a very long time. Now, हम सब लोग मोबाइल यूज करते हैं, स्मार्टफोन यूज करते हैं, and smart mobiles को जब हम लेते हैं, I was going through one of the video this morning and it was mind blowing. अगर world की population is nearing somewhere about 8 million, 8 billion. So you have to understand how many mobile phones are there And what kind of an artificial intelligences are there? That is something very important. And ladies and gentlemen, change is only constant. Let us change with times. Let's keep pace with time. Technology is changing very fast, and we have to adopt it the best possible way. When we talk about India and when we talk about artificial intelligence, so artificial intelligence and versus human intelligence. अब मैं कई बार ये सोचता हूँ इसका नाम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्यों रखा गया? बिकॉज ह्यूमन की इंटेलिजेंस तो नेचुरल है, इट इज नॉट आर्टिफिशियल. और ह्यूमन बीइंग्स जितना टाइम किसी चीज के ऊपर लगाते हैं, किसी टाइम में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, तो सर्टेनली दे गेट टू द बॉटम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया, एंड दैट इज लाइक ए proper research work which you do it over there. Now, human intelligence and artificial intelligence, when you talk about human intelligence, mein, your intuitions are there, your common sense is there, your judgment is there, your creativity is there, your lots of beliefs are there. The ability to demonstrate the intelligence by communicating effectively is the human intelligence. And plausible reasoning and critical thinking is once again a part of human intelligence. Let's get to the artificial intelligence, जो हमारा आज का टॉपिक है. पूरी इंडिया में जब हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस हर फील्ड में लेके आ रहे हैं, जैसा मैंने आपको शुरू में भी बताया, हेल्थ केयर में, एग्रीकल्चर में, एजुकेशन में, गेमिंग में, डिफेंस सर्विस में, रोबोटिक्स में, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में, साइबर सिक्योरिटी में, ई कॉमर्स में, फाइनेंस में, and many other areas. When you talk about artificial intelligence is coming everywhere. So इस फील्ड में जब हम देखते हैं, it is ability to stimulate the human behavior and the cognitive processes. It captures and it preserves the human expertise and the fast response, the ability to comprehend large amount of data quickly in the shortest possible of time. That is artificial intelligence. So, ladies and gentlemen, our chamber is proud that we are associated with you right from 25th of March, and we did about 1,600 webinars during the pandemic. Thereafter, we are also very happy that our chamber brought India's first finishing school in 1994 for service industry, where a lot of work has been done. More than 52,000 youth and 35,000 teachers, they have gone through this particular process of finishing school, and that is in the services sector focused approach. Now, in the 21st century, you know, when you read Professor Jagdish N. Sheth, it's very important to read his articles and watch his videos as well. He's based out of the United States, very elderly person, very respectable person. He was recently given Padma Bhushan as well. Now, Professor Jagdish N. Sheth is the person who wrote first management paper, and his chapter was inducted in Peter Drucker's, who is the father of management marketing. In his book, there was a place and a space of Professor Jagdish N. Sheth's chapter. So, ladies and gentlemen, he says, 19th century belonged to Europe, 20th century belonged to US, and 21st century up to 2050, it belongs to Asia, and thereafter it would be shifting to Africa, because Africa is going to have Youngistan, and Africa is going to have a young population. Most of the young people, the country which would have, that is going to be Africa. So, from the finishing school, post-pandemic, we have come to Inspirational Lab. And our wish is, we have started the campaign from Chandigarh, that in every school, every college, every university, every ITI, every polytechnic, and every vocational training center, we should have Inspirational Lab. And that's basically to give a boost to children, curiosity, not only children, teachers as well. Curiosity, creativity, imagination, innovation, design thinking, critical thinking, adaptive learning, immersive learning, project-based learning, technology adoption, exploring and experimenting, joyful learning, and empathy in education. Mental wellness, physical wellness, professional wellness, social wellness, and economic wellness, all are very important. And teachers, our chamber is wholeheartedly, from the bottom of our heart, we are working for capacity building of teachers through the Inspirational Lab, preparing global teachers. If you have been a part of our journey earlier, we are very happy. If not, you can be on board now. Become an inspirational leader, become an inspirational speaker, and try and convince, try and make our children happy. Whatever they are doing, wherever they are doing, we should encourage them day and night so that they perform further better. Thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple to say whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. And when I look at this, we are having this YouTube channel, ICSI India. Subscribe it, like it, share your vision, share your thought process. Our team will get back to you urgently and immediately. I'm pretty sure you all would like to go through this YouTube channel the best possible way. Rest of the things we will cover with you tomorrow. Today, let me just sum up while saying a couple of things. That post-pandemic, when we look at it, the impact of the artificial intelligence is phenomenal, and the pace of learning, the process of learning, and the personalized learning, all that we have to take into consideration in a very big way. COVID-19, post-COVID-19, it has got its own impact. It has everyone returned back. We just wish to understand post-pandemic, has everybody come back to school, colleges, universities, or is there a high degree of dropout that people have gone for self-paced learning, people have gone for homeschooling? All that we have to understand. And artificial intelligence is contributing a lot, and it has been conveyed that by 2027, there'll be a 267 billion US dollar equivalent, a kind of investment which will come from this particular sector. You know, earlier we had, आपको याद होगा कि बड़े बड़े कंप्यूटर होते थे, बड़ी बड़ी मशीन होती थी, लेकिन डाटा उसमें कम स्टोर होता था. आज सब कुछ इतना कॉम्पैक्ट है. Look at your own smartphone. How much things you can download, how much storage you can build over there, what all this small heady thing can take in your hand, you just can't imagine. So thereby, we all should work in that particular direction, that what should we do? How do we accelerate our early, learning process? What all is to be done? So two technologies, they will change the entire world. And that is at present going to be the 5G network. And of course, the life-changing technology through artificial intelligence. Your knowledge-based curriculum, your inspired students, believe in them. Your time, your pace, and your space should be the motto. And let's reimagine education. That we all have to realize. So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, look forward to meeting you tomorrow at the same time for yet another wonderful session related to education ecosystem. Once again with you.